Let's watch this.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know. Yeah, okay. Turn the volume up. We'll see what happens. Here's my attitude with this guy. There's a lot to not like, but if it doesn't work, I will just leave because I don't care. This is the actual only way to approach. I don't care is now not only necessary and appropriate, it is vital to your mental health. I don't care. I don't care. Well, what if he, I don't care. I'll leave. I'll just leave. You can just leave. I don't think he's going to do the things people think he's going to do. I don't think we're going to have rapes on every corner. I hope not. But if we do, if we have a rape on every corner, like a violent rape on every corner, I'll stay for a few months because it'll be interesting. You know? But then eventually I'll be like, another rape? I'm trying to get in my steps. You know what I mean? Like if it's like, wait, another rape? What? I'm trying to go to the Greek place. So if it's going to be a rape on every corner, I'll just go. I'll just skedaddle. But I don't think it will be. But why did he win? Well, obviously, he won because people don't have money. It's pretty simple. People have these lives they plan out from when they're little. I didn't do this. My mother was a schizophrenic, and my father was like in and out of a band. Phenomenal. But we never filled out a college application. That wasn't the thing. I had a typical Long Island ne'er-do-well childhood. There were elements that were good. There were indications that I had certain qualities that might make me successful at some point. But my parents were very busy working, and they didn't really nurture my success. They just didn't really, that wasn't their thing. And again, I'm not blaming them. I'm not like, I'm just saying, because of that upbringing, I expected almost nothing from the world, like literally almost nothing. You know, but there are people out there who really start very early and believe, and I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just telling you the makeup of this type of person. They do well in school. They do their homework. They get into a good college. They get an internship while they're at college. They work hard at their internship. They then get a good job at a good firm, and they, you know, work their ass off. And those are the people that are finding it increasingly difficult to afford New York City. Those people. The paint by numbers, pin a ribbon on me. I did all of the right things. I have all of the right views. I post all of the right things on social media. I say, you know, the things I'm supposed to say. I don't rock the boat. I am a very nice, albeit forgettable, but you know, I'm a professional face in the crowd, and I deserve more than, and they're right, by the way. They're not wrong. Do I love these people? No. They bore me. I'm bored. I don't hate them. I'm not like, kill them. but they're boring. They're normies. They're boring. They bore me. They're boring. I like people that have more to say, or maybe that they had a different route in life. And a lot of my friends are normies. And I because they're my friends, I'm friends with them. But if they weren't my friends, I wouldn't be friends with them. If I didn't know them for a long time, they would bore me to death. And it's not because of, it's not their fault. They're just boring and vapid and surface and dull and pointless, and their lives don't have any meaning, and they infect me with how boring and dull they are, and their concerns are so small and petty. What a waste of a life they live. But I don't dislike them. Do you see? But that is the coalition that Zohran has. He has a coalition of angry, boring, mediocre people that have done the right things and have gotten very little for it. Okay? And the things he is talking about, he's right about. Things are too expensive. People feel that they're not getting ahead. And the Republican Party, which is they've lost their goddamn mind. They're arguing about who's allowed to talk to who on the internet. But yet, all the flights are being grounded. The airspace is being closed. We've got a government shutdown. The money is still going out the door so we can invade Venezuela, arm Israel, arm the Ukraine. Or it's a giveaway to Palantir so that Peter Thiel can install surveillance technology in all the cities that rioting is going to happen in 3, 2, 1. I mean, like, it's coming. You can feel it. And that's where the Republican Party is. So the Democratic Party, which swept New Jersey, swept New York, swept Virginia, they're concentrating on things that matter. How to get people more money. That's what, because by the way, that is all they want to do. By the way, that sign that you see, those protests, I could be at brunch right now. That's all they want. Have you tried to have brunch and how much that is? But that's all they want to do. All these people want to do is have brunch. All they want to do is have brunch. I know them. That's all they want to do. And they can't even do that. All they want to do is have brunch. All they want to do is have Nutella stuffed French toast and talk about where they want to go on vacation. Their lives have no meaning. So they need money. They need something to do. Because we've given them the idea, we buy all of these people off. That's how the society works. We buy them off. They don't question anything. They're kind of like perpetual teenagers. These are the 40-year-old women with crushes on like Harry Styles, or they all love Disney. They're all constantly reliving their childhood, and men too, by the way. We buy them off. We pay them so that they can live in their homes and be perpetual, forever children. And they do their meaningless work, and they come home and they cuddle up and they watch Netflix, watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, and they're mad about it. They go, I don't know, why did it end the way it? And that's the lives that we've created in New York City. They're meaningless lives. People used to come to New York City and fail and die. And that might happen again soon. I'm excited. But people used to come to try to be great. You can yell at wealthy people. It's the only reason people live in New York City is to get rich, by the way, even the people that are mad at it. New York City was a city, as A.A. Gill, the great travel writer, R.I.P., said, was built on a lot more failure than success. It was never a nice city. It was culturally important, the most important, you know. It's the greatest city in the world in measured in the impact it's had. The only competitor is London, the only one. LA's never been a competitor. Miami's not a competitor. Nashville and Austin, sorry guys, not competitors. Measured in raw impact, financially, culturally, it's New York. But New York's become the burbs. It's become the suburbs. And with the suburbs come a suburban mentality. They come in with the Wegmans grocery stores and they bring the suburban mentality where everything is about convenience. Everything becomes about comfort. And it is very easy to rile these people up because they feel that they should be getting a bigger slice of the pie. They're not necessarily wrong. But this is why. These are the people. It's not really like, yes, are there broke people that are truly fucked? Yes. They exist, and I'm sure a lot of them voted for Zohran. But a lot of the energy his constituency brings is an energy from the burbs into New York City, and these people are trying to buy meaning in their lives because they don't understand the point. They look around, they go, what exactly is the point? That's what they're trying to figure that out. They go, I get on this subway every day. I pack in. I go to the area by Bryant Park. I go to Midtown. I go into an office, and I do nothing that matters to anyone. To anyone, nothing. And then I have my lunch, and I talk to some bitch next to me, and she does nothing that matters. Nothing. And we go then back on the train and back to our tiny apartment, and we don't know what we're getting out of this. We want more money because that's what the whole thing's about. People lie. They could say it's not, but they go, what am I doing this for? Why did I move here? Why am I here if I cannot share in the disgusting wealth that certain people have? By the way, not judging it, but that's what it is. People are pissed. They go, where the fuck's my money? Where's my goddamn money? Their parents visit them in their little prison cell, and the parents go, oh, this is nice. This is nice. And it's a passive-aggressive thing. And again, these are people that have 4-year degrees. Some of them have graduate degrees. They think they're very smart and they're very valuable because someone told them that. Someone somewhere told them that. Someone somewhere told them how valuable they were. They have degrees on the wall that show how valuable they are. I'm valuable. They did all the right things, and they're living in a little prison cell in Brooklyn, and they're getting older. They're getting older, and they're mad. And they're going to elect someone who's going to say, and by the way, let it happen. I'm not even remotely upset by this guy winning. I don't care at all. And if he can help, he should help. But I've been a New Yorker my whole life, so I'm just telling you what's happening. What's happening? It's a lot of money to go to a Broadway show. It's a lot of money to go to a Yankee game. It's a lot of money to go to the U.S. Open. It's a lot of money for rent. It's a lot of money to eat. And you see these people, and they're all up there in the bleeds at the U.S. Open, taking photos in the bleeds, pissed that I'm courtside. They're mad. They look at my fat ass courtside, and they're mad. They would elect Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. They don't care. They would elect anyone to what happened, they said. They're angry. They're in the bleeds. I'm not making it all about me. I'm just saying these are the people that quote unquote did the right thing, and they're in the bleeds at the U.S. Open. They can barely see. It's like a speck. Yannick Sinner's like a little speck. And fuck tennis, by the way. Who cares? It's stupid anyway. It's stupid. You're supposed to only care about it for that week that it happens in New York. But they're pissed. Then they get on the 7 train and they're like, this is it? This is all it is? I go to fucking the US Open. I sit in the bleeds. I put a photo on Instagram. My little brother or sister makes fun of my seats. And then I get back on the 7 train and I go back to my prison cell. And then tomorrow I get to wake up and go to the fucking office. For what? For what? For nothing. Then they go to the Hamptons to their boss's house and they're pissed. Because he bought it a long time ago. And now it's a lot of money and people are being condescending to them. The boss's wife is being condescending to them. And they're mad. And they sit on that jitney bus that goes home from the Hamptons and they're a little buzzed. And they're like, fuck it, I'll throw the Burke on. I'll put a Burke on. I'll put a Burke on. And I'll fly a plane into a building if I have to. I'm going to fly a plane into the building. This is fucked up.